Next, if the economy is doing so well, why are there so many foreclosures in Delaware? And important information if you own a dog. This is the Delaware Way. Welcome to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. Transportation in Delaware is about to get a big boost to the tune of $460 million. The question is, where does that money come from and how will it be spent? To answer those questions, Vincent McConey is the Chief Operating Officer of the Delaware River and Bay Authority. Thank you so much for coming in, sir. I was surprised what you told me a second ago, that a lot of people don't know what the Delaware River and Bay Authority is. You want to explain?
Sure. It's a question I get all the time. Is it a Delaware state agency? Is it a New Jersey state agency? Is it a federal agency? It's actually none of those. We're an interstate compact agency created in 1962 by interstate compact between the states of New Jersey, approved by Congress. So we're a separate entity in that respect.
So when people hear $460 million is going to be spent, immediately they go, uh-oh, where does that money come from? So where does that money come from?
Sure. All of our money comes from tolls for people who cross the Delaware Memorial Bridge, from landing fees at our airports. We have 5 airports, and fares for people who ride the Cape May Lewis Ferry.
So this all comes from your budget. None of it comes from the federal budget or the state budget.
That's correct, and we get no taxpayer funds. It's all user fees.
How long is this $460 million? How long is it going to be spent? Over how many
that's 5 years. We have about a $100 million capital improvement program each year, and that's because we, like the rest of the country, has an aging infrastructure. The bridges were constructed in 1951 and 1968. Our airports are of World War II vintage, and the most recent ferry was built in 1981. So that kind of aging infrastructure requires constant investment to keep it running.
Where will we see this?
You'll see it on the bridge. You're seeing it right now. The big project we have going on right now is something called cable dehumidification. We're taking the moisture out of the cables, the main cables, and less moisture, less corrosion, longer lasting. So that's what you're seeing right now. But you're going to see more of that. And
that's the big question. When people hear there's going to be money spent, there's going to be improvements, the question is, how does this affect me? Is there going to be bridge? Will the bridge go down to a certain amount of lanes? Will there be, other than the lane closures you talked about, will there be an effect on transportation while the maintenance is being done?
Well, unfortunately, we always have to do our construction while the bridge is in use. We don't have the option of closing the bridge and working on it for a while. So you will see periodic lane closures because of that construction.
I guess one of the complaints you hear constantly is, why are they doing it now? Like, why are they doing it? Usually it's because it's the time that that person is traveling. Do you go out of your way, or is it possible to go out of your way to have the least effect on the busiest periods?
Absolutely. We have actually a 6-page lane closure policy as to when we can close lanes and when we can't close lanes. Obviously, we try and minimize closures during the peak seasons and at peak times. Rush hour obviously is a peak time. Weekends are generally more frequently traveled than weekdays, and the summer season is more heavily traveled than the winter season. So we try and do as much construction as we can during those periods, but recognizing we do have to have some construction pretty much continuously. Go through
the 5 years and tell me at the very end of it, what am I going to see improved? You talked about the bridge. What else?
We also, our ferries being as old as they are, we have to overhaul 1 or 2 every year. So we're going to keep them running, is what you're going to see. You won't see stoppages or fewer crossings because the vessel's not available. You'll see the airports with longer and wider runways for the convenience. So they're general aviation airports. It's corporate and private aviation, not commercial aviation. And you'll see the bridge in tune.
Talking about the airports, is there a hope of bringing in commercial aviation again?
Certainly. We're always trying to bring in a commercial air service at the Newcastle Airport, and we're cautiously optimistic that we might see commercial air service return in the near future.
You're in negotiations now?
Well, always. I don't want to make a firm commitment, but it's something that we always have in mind. But the Newcastle Airport is a going concern. It's not subsidized. The commercial tenants there pay enough rent that we break even every year, even without commercial air service. So there's no subsidy involved there.
No, I understand. It's just that's a big story. It's a big story. If a commercial airline is going to come back to Newcastle County Airport, it sounds like something may be happening this year.
Not imminent, but stay tuned. That's all I'll say.
Well, stay tuned means something's going to happen.
We're always trying to bring commercial air service back, and I think at some point we will.
Throw us a bone.
I think at some point we will.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What else?
All right. Well, I think the key is that you need to keep making the investment so that there aren't emergency lane closures, so that there aren't airport closures, so that the vessels do keep running. So the traveling public will most immediately notice the 295 when that is all said and done. It'll be like new.
It's fascinating that you were able to do this with money that you raised. That model doesn't seem to work all across the country, does it?
I don't want to speak for other jurisdictions, but I think we try and make sure that we keep our tolls and our fees in-house, reinvestment in the infrastructure that we have so that it keeps operating.
And it's nice to know for people that complain about the tolls that their money is going to good use in improving the bridges and improving even the tollways. I understand is part of the project to improve that.
Yes, that's correct. We're redoing the toll booths, putting new electronic equipment in.
You are self-sustaining. The fact that you're able to use the money you raised to do these improvements, they're talking about a major infrastructure bill for the country. Does that eliminate you from that?
I think it all depends on how it's structured. The incoming administration apparently is promoting some kind of tax credit scheme. Since we don't pay taxes, that would not aid us at all. We'd certainly prefer direct investment. Our congressional delegation has been great to us in providing federal investment, particularly in the airports. The Delaware Air Park in Cheswold we're making a major investment there thanks to federal assistance. So again, we're very grateful to our congressional delegation.
Oh, that's interesting. So what you're saying is that just to be clear, is that the money that you raise in tolls and fees, that goes to this maintenance program. This goes to improvements over the next 5 years. But you still get federal investment if, for instance, you want to build something new or you want to add on to something. You still get federal and state investment. Primarily
with the airports. I would say 90% of our federal funding goes to our 5 airports. I don't think we have any federally funded, a little security assistance for the bridge, but primarily the federal money we get goes to our airports.
And is this started now, this program?
The Federal Aviation Administration gives us on a 90-10 basis money almost every year to maintain and improve our airports.
Well, great. I love the fact that we don't have to pay for it. At least we do at the tolls, but at least we don't have to pay for it with taxpayers' dollars. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you being here, and you will come back very soon, I guess, in the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
To announce that air.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I hope to have an announcement at some point in the future.
Vincent McCody, the Chief Operating Officer of the Delaware River and Bay Authority. When we come back, you're not going to believe this, but in the country, Delaware is #1 now when it comes to foreclosures. Why? We'll explore when we come right back.